Saxon Algebra 1/2, Lesson 86. Our topic today is algebraic phrases. Dun, 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 dun. Word problems. Now, everyone gets freaked out by word problems, and I understand that because it is hard, because we have to take words in sentences and we have to turn them into numbers and symbols. That's hard. That's really hard. It's much easier when John just gives us numbers and symbols to start with and we crank them and, do various things to them. That's one thing. But when we start with words and we have to do this ridiculous translation, it seems really, really hard. But we're going to make it as easy as possible. John and I are going to tag team this and we're going to hold your hand and get you through it. The way we're going to start is with this lesson, which is a really super, I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's an extremely specific baby step toward this process. What John's going to do is he's not going to give you a whole word problem. He's just going to give you a phrase, a short snippet of a partial sentence that will allow you to more easily understand the numbers and symbols that you need. Okay? What if, I don't want to write all this out, you guys, there's so many words. Let's just look in the book. Okay? 86. This is a good page to mark. See how I have some of my pages marked with these little tabby things? This is a good one to mark, 86, because we've got a bunch of phrases here, and then John's going to show us how to change that into numbers and symbols. So let's just cruise along. Here, I'll use my checklist as my sheet so you can see where I'm looking more accurately. When we see the words, the sum of a number and 7, the word sum is a clue that we're supposed to add. The sum is the fancy name for the answer of an addition problem. The sum of a number, we don't know what that is. We need a variable. John uses n because it stands for number. N plus 7 is the way that we write that algebraically or with numbers and symbols. The sum of a number and 7. The sum of a number and -7, we just have to make sure that we put the minus sign in there. Remember what I said about how subtraction and adding numbers, negative numbers, is kind of blurred? This looks more like we're adding a negative number, but that's what John said to do. He said to add a negative number, so that's what we did. Yay. 7 greater than a number. Okay. If you have some pickles and somebody gives you 7 greater, then that means that they have 7 more pickles. That didn't come out right. Never mind. But 7 greater just means, again, add 7. A number increased by 7, that's another way of saying add 7. So you can see that it's confusing because there's lots of different ways to say add 7. Plus there's add -7. It's easy to get confused. Thus the tab on this page, so that when you start to feel like your head's falling off, you can glance back and look at this list. Okay, now we're going to look at subtraction words. 7 less than a number. Okay, n minus 7. Ooh, these are tricky because 7 less than a number does not mean 7 minus n. 7 is the number being subtracted. A number decreased by 7. Another way to say that. Turn the page. There's lots more of them. Product means multiplying. The product of a number and 7 means to multiply, 7n. Notice how John always uses n for number because, again, it matches to the sentence. And that's what he's trying to do, is help you match the words to the numbers and symbols. All right. Now, if we use n to represent an unknown number, then we use minus n to represent the opposite of the unknown number. So, twice a number would be 2n. 9 times the opposite of a number, okay, the opposite of a number is minus n, and then we multiply it by 9. Notice the parentheses protecting the minus sign. Sometimes two or more operations are designated by a single phrase. Ooh, you'll get used to these, but at first it's like, what? Hurricane just hit me. The sum of twice a number and -8. The sum, that means to add, of twice a number, 2n, and -8. Notice the parentheses. 5 times the sum of twice a number and minus 8. Okay, so it's the old one, the sum of twice a number and minus 8. That's what we did last time. But now it says 5 times. So that goes in the very front. Notice we've got brackets on brackets now. Is your head spinning? Cover the answers in the right-hand column below and see if you can write the algebraic phrase that is indicated. Well, he didn't give us an example, but there's a bunch of them. You can practice those on your own. Now look what John has you doing for the practice. Write the algebraic phrases that correspond to each sentence. The sum of a number and minus 4. Okay, he's giving us some easy ones to start with. A number reduced by 4, the sum of the opposite, blah, blah, blah. These are fairly easy. These are the harder ones. Tab your page, my friends. Mine's not on the right page. Get a little Post-it on there. If I was sitting with you, I would just pull my box of them out right now so you could use them. But we're going to be using these all the way through. Jayla and Laura and Vivian use these all the time. They did some problems that are called clock problems the other day, and we used this kind of business. So it's useful. We'll be doing it for a long time. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. All right? Good job. Okay, 86. Goodbye.